What's going on, my friends? It's Chris over at VerrilloTrading, and in this video, I'm going to tell you everything I know about connecting interactive brokers to the TradingView platform. TradingView is a very well-known web-based trading platform, and I decided to make this video because I think it would be a good fit for the channel, and I'm also more than enough qualified to answer a lot of questions related to this, and I also think I can be a good judge of if this is a good implementation that's been done by these companies. So thank you for watching. So if you guys really appreciate the work I do, let me know with a comment down below. And also, if you really want to support me, just click on the first link down below, which is the Interactive Brokers link. You can check out Interactive Brokers if you don't have an account already, and also check out TradingView down below. So let's talk about it. So recently this year, we're in the year 2023, TradingView has finished their implementation of adding interactive brokers as one of the available brokers on the TradingView platform. Now, since then, it's probably been already half a year. There's been a lot of questions popping up on the internet about how to do certain things. Basically, I'm going to try to answer as many of those questions that I've seen online in this video right here. And if I have not answered your question, write it down below, but keep viewing because I think I'm going to answer them. So let's get on with it. Okay, so right here, I have TradingView open on my desktop. Now, just a few words on TradingView. If you don't know about TradingView, I would say they're probably the number one or one of the most popular online trading platforms that exist today. They've really built a name for themselves in the cryptocurrency space and in the online trading space in general. So it's one of the most user-friendly platforms out there. Now, full disclosure, I personally do not use TradingView as my primary trading platform, but even though I still use it, quite often just to view quick quotes on the go on my phone. Honestly, it's pretty hard to beat TradingView when it comes to a user-friendly interface where you can just see where things are on longer time frames and just get a good idea of where the market is and maybe some other analytics that they might offer. Also, their chart drawing functionalities are very simple and they have very basic hotkeys that anybody can learn and work with. So overall, TradingView is a very good software. They don't have some of the advanced trading features that I would personally look for in a trading platform, but still, even though they don't have those features, I still end up using them for a lot of things. So that's what I have to say about TradingView. You probably already know how to log in, but I'm going to show you how to do so anyways. I'm going to go down to the bottom where it says Open Trading Panel. I will open that. Now, if you do not see your broker here in this list, there is an option that says See All Brokers. You can click there. There might be another option to expand this list depending on your browser. I'll just click on See All Brokers. In this case, you can see all the brokers. Now, in my case, Interactive Brokers is already here. So I'm going to click on Connect. Now, the first thing that you need to be aware of, because everybody skips these screens, they always click continue, continue, continue. Nobody reads what they actually say. So the first thing you need to actually be aware of is that the data you get is provided by Interactive Brokers data provider. You see here it says data provided by GFIS. What this means right here is that you do not need to subscribe to real-time market data on TradingView if you've already subscribed to it on your Interactive Brokers account. So you subscribe to the data in your Interactive Brokers account, it is going to be available to you on your TradingView platform. That is basically what they are telling you here. They also have terms and conditions and some warnings that you might want to read, but overall, I think you should be fine not reading them because nobody reads them anyways. So I'll click on continue now, and it brings you to a new tab on your browser. I've tried to log into the Interactive Brokers paper trading account on TradingView, and I can guarantee you that it does not work. I've tried multiple methods and it just doesn't work using their challenge code on the mobile device. So for this example, we're going to use a live account. So I'll click on live. Now this does require you to have the IB key authentication already set up on your phone, on your mobile device using the Interactive Brokers mobile application. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm sure there's plenty of information online. So obviously it's beyond the scope of this video. So I'm going to click on login right here, just like you would log into TWS on your desktop. And what it does is it sends you the tap message to complete authentication on your phone. So I'm going to tap that message and complete the authentication here, the two-factor Face ID authentication. Okay, so it's taking a second and now it has logged me in to my trading account. Now, this is the trading account that I will be using here to show you this demonstration. It has a low balance, and that's good because or else you guys would see how rich I am. So now, if you don't have access to this tab, it's at the very bottom of the TradingView window. To bring up this window, there's these options right here. If you click on this one, it will maximize the entire window. If you click on the next one, it will minimize it or hide it. You can also click and drag here on this line to bring it up or down. Now I have a faulty mouse, so I'm not going to be doing that quite often. So let's go on and look at some of the basic information they show you about your trading account here. So first you can see here it says Interactive Brokers Live, and you will see a few settings here, including the log out option. You can set some trading settings, which are basically just the TradingView trading settings, which you can access when you right click on the chart normally. And you also get an option to export data, which I haven't played around with yet. The next thing is you can switch between multiple accounts if you have them. So in this case, we're using this account which has an alias named Margin. Now, if you have not set up an account alias on your Interactive Brokers account, it'll just show the account number here most probably. In this case, both of my accounts have aliases, so that's what it's displaying right here. It also displays the base currency of the account, which you can change. In my case, since I'm in Canada, they give me the option to set the base currency of the account in Canadian dollars or in US dollars. I can't do Japanese yen, unfortunately. As you can see, the net liquidation value of the account is $1,000 US. Although it is showing me I have a Forex position because I did some currency exchanges in the past in this account, but this is not actually an open position, okay? And we don't get the option to close it either. Okay, so the next tab here, you'll be able to see your open orders, or any orders actually. In this case, all orders. We can see we had a few canceled orders that took place earlier. You can see trade history, which in this case, there are no trades that occurred today. Your account summary. So this is similar to the information you might see in your account window when you log into Interactive Brokers, but it's good that TradingView has it here as well. Some of these fields are important to know, like your maintenance margin that they show you down here. In this case, I have no position, so my maintenance margin is 0, meaning I don't need to maintain any funds in this account because there's no positions that are requiring margin. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this now and show you a couple examples of placing orders, which is what everybody wants to do. You want to learn how to trade on TradingView in your Interactive Brokers account. So the first thing is in TradingView, there's a couple methods of doing this. They have a trade window, which I think is actually pretty good. So at the bottom here on the right side, where you have this these two arrows, one arrow pointing up and one arrow pointing down, that's called the order panel. They also show you that you can press Shift and the T key on your keyboard, which is a keyboard shortcut, to open it. I'm going to click there now to open that. Okay, so this is the trade window in TradingView, or the order panel. That's another word for it. And as you can see, there's nothing here. Everything is grayed out currently. To submit an order using the chart, let's say I'm trading for the day here and I'm on a 1-minute chart or a 15-minute chart, okay? To submit an order, what I'll do in this case is I will first move my cursor to the price of which I want to submit the order at. And then I'm going to go over to the right side of the chart where we have the price scale or the value scale. Right next to that, you can see there's a little plus icon. This is where you would normally click in TradingView to place an alert on the chart or to place a trade order. So I will click here now. And you can see we get multiple options. One of them is to add an alert, and then we get different options for different order types. And we also get the option to create a brand new order with no specific order type. Okay, so in this case, I will select Buy AMD as a limit order. You can see here limit or stop limit. That refers to the order type that you're going to be configuring the order to have. You can always change that again in the order tab. What's important to note here is that it uses the price that you hovered your cursor over. So if I hover my cursor over 110 and 1 cent and I click there, Buy AMD, there you go. It uses that price. If I do it up here, you can see that it uses that price. So that's the method of selecting the price of which you want your order to be submitted at. And this is going to be your parent order, the order that you will use to enter a trade or exit a trade. Let's go on. So I will select Buy AMD at this price of 109.37 as a limit order. When I select that, it populates the order window. And you can see here at the top, it populates it using a limit order. We can also select stop, stop limit, or market order. Now, as a general recommendation to any new users or anybody testing things out in a new trading platform, avoid market orders at all costs if you can. Now, of course, there is a precaution in TradingView, and that's called an order confirmation. So even if you do use a market order, it's not going to be submitted immediately, and they might give you multiple warnings before they let that go through. But as a general recommendation, I would use a limit order. Now, I will be honest with you guys, I'm pretty impressed with TradingView and some of the features that they have here in their order panel. I think that they have a pretty good platform. So what I'm going to do is go through this entire order panel with you guys now, and then towards the end of the video, I will be answering all of the most frequently asked questions that I've seen online regarding this configuration here. So what we have first is we have a buy limit order at a price of 110.01. And another way of saying that is the asking price minus a certain amount of ticks. So if you wanted to submit an order that way, you could do it. The next thing is the size of the order. In this case, it defaulted to 100 shares. And I'm going to reduce this, just for the example, I'm going to reduce it to 5 shares because we do not have a very large account balance in this testing account here. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we have the option to add take profit and stop losses, which is highly recommended for most people day trading. Especially day trading, you absolutely always want to be using a stop loss. Okay. So as soon as you enable a stop loss and take profit, we get a few additional options that get added here. Now, these features right here, I think are extremely interesting and extremely useful, and I'd recommend you spend some time looking at them. So here we have USD risk and percentage of risk. Now, what this does is it actually is telling us, based on the stop loss size that we configured here, it defaulted to be 25 ticks away. It's actually telling us, based on our position size, how much we are going to lose in this case. Now notice, if I increase the size of the stop loss, you can see that the USD risk amount changes. Also, if I increase the size of the position, like 50 shares instead of 5, you can see that the USD risk amount also changes. So it is telling you as a shorthand how much money you're putting up at risk based on your position size and how far away your stop loss is. What's cool about this is if you go ahead and adjust the USD risk, meaning how much you want to risk on the trade, it doesn't adjust the price of your stop loss, but it will adjust your position size. So in this case, if I change the USD risk from 10 to 100, notice that it changed the share size from 32 to 322. And it did not move our stop or target prices. So that is a pretty interesting feature. Okay, now I think you can also change the percentage risk, but I think that for most people, I think a dollar amount risk is, probably what most people are thinking about when it comes to their trading. So what I'll do is I'll just put this at a small amount, and you can see that it adjusts the position size to be 16 shares. Okay, now keep in mind, if you don't have a margin account with Interactive Brokers, you might be limited to how many shares you can put on. Now in this case, because it's a very small account, I'm going to be limited to something like 5 shares. So I'm just going to put in 5 shares because I already know that if I do try to submit this order, they're going to reject it because the account balance is too small and it doesn't have margin permissions. Okay, so I set it to 5 shares. Now, again, you can adjust how far away your stop loss and targets are going to be, and you can set absolute prices for those if you want. So let's say I wanted to set the stop loss price to 109. I just did that, and it's telling me that that is exactly 101 ticks away from the order price. And I can also do the same for the target price. Let's say I wanted to make that 112. So now that I've configured my stop loss and my take profit, now we're ready to continue. There are some further options here down below. At the very bottom, just take a look at the order info. You can see based on our position size, it's giving us the value per tick that the market moves for or against us. So for every tick, in this case, a tick is the minimum price increment of your market. In stocks today, the minimum tick increment is 1 cent or 1 penny. So for every penny that this market moves up or down, we would be making or losing 5 cents US dollars. And the total value of our trade in this case is that amount right there. And it's also giving us a risk reward figure. Okay, the last few options you need to be aware of here regarding your order is the time in force and the order routing. Just be careful of this because with Interactive Brokers, there's some limitations to which order types are allowed after hours. So if you want the order to stay active even after the market is closed, you would set this to good till canceled. And if you want it to be canceled, if it's not filled by the end of the day, then you select day. And that's the default option, day. Okay, I'm going to actually go ahead and submit this order and see what we get. So I'll just click on buy and then I'll talk to you guys about these additional options afterwards. So I'll select buy for my 5-share order. Now this is the order confirmation window here in TradingView. So it just gives us a confirmation. You can actually disable this if you wish, but I don't recommend disabling this at first. Now, if your account doesn't have enough margin or there's some other error, it's going to tell you right here, order has not been accepted, and then you will not get the option to send the order. You'll just get the cancel box. So I will select send order in this case because everything looks okay. I sent the order and we do get another confirmation. This is information about the stop order type. Now, if you don't know how stop orders work, I would strongly recommend you reading this because it gives you information about how stop orders work. Okay, so once you've read that, you can choose to not show it again, and then you can accept it or decline it. Now, obviously, you have to accept it in order for the order to go through. So I will accept. Okay, and now we can see that our three orders have been placed: our parent buy limit order, as well as our attached stop loss and our attached target. We now have these orders here. They are live in the market. They are with our broker. Now, the parent order is live on the exchange, and the target and stop are held with the broker. They're not submitted yet. This is called a bracket order, and when this primary order is filled, this stop and target will now be submitted. Okay, so if we go over to the tab, the trading panel here at the bottom, and if we go over to the orders tab, and we select working orders, we can now see that our three working orders are here. Now, it doesn't really tell us what's active and what's not, but I'm just confirming to you guys that the buy parent order here is the one that's actually active right now. And these other orders here are not active until the parent order has filled. Another thing, another common question is, if I leave my system, will the orders stay there? Yes. When you place orders using interactive brokers, everything is server side. So when you place a bracket order, all your bracket orders and attached orders are all server side. So you can leave the desk, you can disconnect, you can have an internet outage. As long as their servers are still online, your orders are live. Okay. So we can see our orders right here. We can also modify them. I think by clicking and dragging, we might be able to modify this. And it will give us a confirmation to select modify. In that case, I just modified the order. Now the price is 110 and 21. Okay, we can also probably modify it directly from the trading panel here in the working orders panel. If I select the crayon option there, we can also modify the order there and change its price and change the stop loss and target prices as well. The next thing would be if you want to cancel that order, there's multiple ways to do that. You can cancel it from the working orders panel down here, or you can cancel it directly from the chart. Now, since we prompted an order modification, I think it's smart to cancel that first. So I'll just go back to cancel that prompt I made to modify the order. I will minimize the trading panel at the bottom, and now I will just select the X here next to the order to actually cancel that order completely. And when you cancel the parent order, it's also going to cancel the attached orders because these attached orders are reliant upon that parent order. So I'll just show you. If I cancel the target, let's see what happens. I'll get a confirmation. And you can see that it canceled the stop loss and target, but it didn't cancel the parent order. That's because the stop and target are together in the same one cancels another group, OCO group. If you want to learn more about how OCO orders work and why I think they're very important, watch this video right here. It's very educational. And like I said, if I would have canceled the parent order, all three orders would have been canceled in that case. So I will go ahead and cancel that parent order again. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this video, press that like button because it's going to inform YouTube to send this video to other people looking for this information. And of course, it'll rank higher in search. Okay, so I'm going to use the same method for placing an order, except this time I'm going to submit a buy stop limit order. And what that means is that when AMD reaches a price of $116 per share, I want to buy it. And that's a price above where the current market price is trading. In order to do that, we use a stop order. More specifically, I'm going to be using a stop limit order, which will ensure that my order is not filled at a very out of the ordinary price. I'm going to set a price cap for that. That's what a stop limit order does. So I will select 116 as the price, and then I will select buy AMD at 116 stop limit. You can set a stop as well if you don't really care about slippage. But I'm going to use stop limit in this case because generally this is a very widely traded stock and the spreads are typically tighter than normal. I'll select buy 5 AMD at 116 stop, 116.01 limit. Okay. You can also change the limit price for the stop. The limit price for the stop limit, it's basically how much slippage you're willing to accept on an order. But like I said, when you're trading a market that has a very tight bid and offer spread and there's lots of volume constantly trading, you shouldn't really have to worry about setting a tight offset here. because there's a higher probability your order will be filled when it gets there. Now, if you think that you're putting your order at a price where when it gets there, it might not look back, or it might only trade there for like a few seconds and it's gone, you might want to set a larger offset. So I'll set a larger offset, like 5 cents in this case. Now, what this means is that when that stop price is achieved, meaning that when AMD reaches a price of 116, the stop condition will be triggered, and then I will be allowing as high as 116.05 for that order to be transacted. So it will be something similar to a market order, but it has a price cap of 116.05. So what it would essentially do is it would submit a limit order at 116.05, and whatever is there below that, let's say there's an offer at 116.01, 116.02, you're basically going to be taking whatever's on that offer. Okay, so you might get a better fill. You might get a fill of 116 even, you might get 116.01, but the worst possible price you can get is 116.05. That's what the limit price is when you use a stop limit order. So I'll use a stop loss of 121 ticks and I take a profit of 179 ticks. Just as an example here, these are hypothetical numbers. Now let's talk about order routing, because this is actually quite important. So if you bring down the drop down for order routing, they actually give you multiple options here. Now, a new trader is going to look at this and say, I have no idea what to choose. Island refers to the NASDAQ exchange. Now, what's cool about this is that they actually allow you to directly route your orders to these various exchanges. So if you want to direct route your order to NASDAQ or Island, you can do that. Now, they might give you some other warning and say that direct routing might have higher fees. That's not always true. Okay, some of you guys were going to ask, what's the difference between routing your order directly or smart routing? Well, smart routing, what it is, it's sort of an additional algorithm that operates between your order and the final destination, which is the exchange. So the smart routing is a middleman between them. It's an algorithm, and it's going to decide where to submit your order to based on some parameters that you might give it. In TWS, which is Interactive Broker's desktop platform, they give you multiple options for how you want to configure the smart routing. For example, you could set it to smart route to the exchange that has the lowest fee or the highest rebate. Or you could set it to the exchange that's going to increase the probability of you filling your order as fast as possible. Now in TradingView, we're not seeing all these options, although maybe they'll add them in the future. It's still good to know that you can just select smart routing. Now, most people will be fine with just smart routing. You don't really have to worry about this. But it is important to know that when you use smart routing, there is a middleman algorithm working between your order and the final destination, which is the exchange. So I do think that when you think about it from a logical perspective, it can be faster if you route directly to the exchange that you want to go to. The next thing is the outside RTH options here. You might run into issues using this. For example, if you select outside RTH stop loss, they're not going to allow you to do this on Interactive Brokers because Interactive Brokers doesn't actually support outside RTH stop loss orders. It has to be a stop limit. And in this case, you can't have a stop limit as your stop loss for whatever reason. It just doesn't support that. Outside RTH is referring to the parent order. So if you want your parent order to operate outside real-time hours, you can have that right there. Now, I think for the take profit, it will not give us a problem. So I'm actually going to check that box right there. Now that we're ready with this order here, our buy stop limit order up at 116, I'm going to select buy and see if it goes through. And everything looks okay. Now at the bottom here, it tells us our order can be executed outside regular trading hours. I will go ahead and send that order, and we'll get the stop variant order confirmation yet again. And I will select accept. And now if we look at our chart, we can see there is our bracket order. And we can also see the limit price of 116.05. That's the price cap for the stop order. And then we can see our target order and our stop order prices. I'm going to cancel that now, and we can confirm that that has been canceled. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this video, press that like button because it's going to inform YouTube to send this video to other people looking for this information. And of course, it'll rank higher in search. Okay, so it's time to go on and answer some frequently asked questions. Now, just to be clear, this method that I just showed to you guys is intended for manual trading, meaning the manual placement of orders, you placing the orders manually on the trading platform. Now, while automated trading is supported, that will take some extra work and configuration to get going. Now, I will give you an example of how I would do it as the video goes on here. Let's go on here. So the first main question is, which markets are we allowed to trade here with this configuration? Now, I'm pretty sure that you can only trade stocks and futures here using Interactive Brokers. Options are not supported on TradingView, so you can't trade them. I don't think you can trade Forex on your Interactive Brokers account through TradingView. And the reason that I think that is because when I go to my positions tab, you can see that it gives me a Forex position, but like I said, this is like a synthetic Forex position that is showing based on currency conversion that occurred in my account. And when I click here, the symbol USD.CAD, that's actually not a tradable symbol here in TradingView. So I don't think they have the Forex trading that is currently supported here on TradingView through Interactive Brokers. I don't think they have it. Now, one thing I wanted to show you guys in the trade window that I kind of like here is a little quick shortcut. You can actually use Tab if you're on Windows. It's the Tab key to cycle forward through the options on the order panel. This is quite a good little feature, and I like that if you're going through the features one by one. And to go in reverse, you have to hold the Shift key and then press Tab. So I'm holding the Shift key and I press Tab to go backwards. Now, when you're at the top here, I'm on the limit order, you can press the arrow keys right and left to select different options. Let's say I want to select stop limit. I would go there and press the enter key. Now, it's not a foolproof method, but let's say you're here and you're entering the stop price. You can highlight that by doing Control Shift left arrow to highlight the entire thing. And let's say you want to type in the new price, like 150 just as an example. And then once you're done typing that in, you can press the Tab key to go to the next box, and then press it again to go to the next box again. And then to go backwards, you can do Shift Tab. So like I said, it's not foolproof in the sense that you might not be able to completely seamlessly navigate only using the Tab key, but it will be helpful if you want to go up and down this menu here without having to use the mouse. So you can just use the Tab key to go all the way down like that. Okay, so here's the next question. Can you connect to Interactive Brokers and trade your account from the TradingView mobile app? I can confirm this from what I saw that there is an option to get into the trading panel on the mobile app. However, Interactive Brokers was not in that menu, so I don't think it is supported right now. The way you can check this is by going on the mobile app, and you will find the trading panel in your mobile app, and Interactive Brokers should be there. If it's not there, then it's not supported. Now, the next question is, do I need a certain level of membership at TradingView in order to connect to Interactive Brokers and trade my account? And the answer to that is actually no. It will still work on the free version of TradingView. However, there is a few limitations. So with the free version of TradingView, they limit you to how many indicators you can have on the chart, and they limit you to how many times the data can update. So if you find at the top left of your chart, if you get this option that says one update every 5 seconds, this means that you're not on one of their paid plans. You're on their basic free plan. Data on our basic plan is updated once every 5 seconds. And then if you click on learn more, they'll tell you that you can have it update faster if you pay for TradingView. So I think that most people that use TradingView, they do probably pay for it because they get more access to indicators and all that. And TradingView is a very competitive pricing, and I think that they offer a very good service. So, I don't think there's much of a problem with that. If you guys are using TradingView and you appreciate my help, you can actually use my affiliate link down below to add months to your TradingView contract. That's just a very easy way of showing your support for these videos. And what it does is it helps me to invest in better equipment so that I can make better quality videos. And as you guys look through the progression of my channel over the last 2-3 years or so, you can see that the quality has increased. So go and look for yourself. The next question is related to automated trading. Can you have it automate your trading if you're using a TradingView strategy? So in TradingView, they have strategies and custom indicators that you can use. And I think that this is one of the main features of TradingView. So just to clear this up, if you have custom indicators that you paid for from some third-party provider, they will absolutely work in this scenario using Interactive Brokers because you are on TradingView. So when you're on the TradingView platform, those indicators that you're using, of course, are going to work no matter which brokerage you are connected to. Now, when it comes to automated trading, this is a little bit more complicated. There might be other videos and other service providers you've heard of regarding how to achieve this. I'm going to explain to you the method that I would use to get around this. So if you go over to our strategy tester at the bottom here at TradingView, I'm going to try to load in a strategy here in TradingView, but I don't think it'll let me because some of these strategies require you to have more than 3 indicators on the chart, and I don't think there's one here that will actually allow that. So I watched another video of a person showing how to automate a strategy from TradingView to your broker. And the way it's done is when you have this strategy thing configured here, there's an option that you can configure something called a webhook. Now, what that means, what that is going to do is that when the signal from your strategy is generated, meaning the strategy has a signal, there's a new signal and it's happening right now, you will have the option for your TradingView strategy to send a HTTP post request, so a request through the internet, to some other remote machine, and it's going to send to that machine what you put in on TradingView. So you're going to be configuring a body basically of text for this request in TradingView to send over to a remote machine. And then at that point, you have to configure a remote machine to act as a HTTP server. And that HTTP server has to process that request, the information that you put into that request from the TradingView strategy. You send it in that request body, then your remote machine has to parse that data and then get ready to send it to your broker's API. It would be TradingView strategy waits for the signal. Once it gets the signal, it sends the webhook over to your remote HTTP server here. Now your remote HTTP server is configured to wait for and parse that information once it gets the request. And once it gets the request, it does the necessary procedures on that data. It constructs it into a new request, and then it creates a request to, for example, Interactive Brokers Client Portal API, which is a HTTP interface that you use to submit orders to your trading account. And then your remote machine is going to submit a HTTP post request to the Interactive Brokers Client Portal API with the information about your order. And that's how you're going to submit orders from TradingView to your broker API. Now, it might differ slightly depending on the kind of API your broker has. Now, I don't have any videos showing how to do this. However, in the future, keep your eyes open. Maybe we'll do one, okay? Now, if you don't want to go through all that headache, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that can help you get through that. And there's plenty of potentially third-party services that might be able to help you. However, I don't recommend any of them here on this channel. Now, the next question is regarding using the smart routing and the tiered or fixed commission plans with Interactive Brokers. Now, this is going to depend on how many shares you're trading and how experienced you are with order routing. So like I said, most people will probably prefer to use smart routing. However, if you know very well which exchanges you're routing to, maybe you're a member of one of these exchanges and you're a professional subscriber, then in that case, you're probably going to be routing it directly to that exchange. In that case, you can choose the exchange right here. Now, in regards to the fixed or tiered commission structures with Interactive Brokers, you might have to experiment with this. Now, I've heard some users say that if they're trading more than 150 share orders at a time, they prefer to go with the fixed pricing model. And if you're trading less than 150 shares, then it's fine to go with the tiered model. However, that might not be the same for every single stock you're trading, so you might have to play with it and test it out. Okay. The next question I'm going to answer is it possible to connect multiple brokerage accounts and place limit orders on both accounts at the same time using TradingView? Now, this goes back to what I just mentioned about the method of using the webhooks to automated trade your trading account. So absolutely yes, because you could have your HTTP server that waits for the webhook from your TradingView strategy. That HTTP server can process the request and submit multiple requests to your different broker APIs if you have multiple brokers, or if it's different accounts with the same broker, you can simply send it to the same broker but specify that it's going to be a different account. So absolutely it is possible, but it's going to require some careful testing and definitely some programming assistance there, okay? And of course, when you subscribe to market data with Interactive Brokers, including the level 2 data, it should all appear here in the TradingView market depth window. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you learned something, let me know down below. Click here to watch a video on why I think adopting an abundance mindset is very important for trading. And then click here to watch an entire playlist of tutorials like this about the Interactive Brokers software. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.